staring at the four walls, contemplating on the essence of my life. You know, there's always that person who tries to make people's life miserable. And it was an old 60 years old woman driving an old beaten up, very extremely old, like fourth generation ago, the old Camry, car. You know what they say, people who have nothing always like to show something. So clearly she's nothing. And she was trying to dictate when and how I can eat at the canteen. Again, she's a 60 years old woman, white hair. And she got pretty vulgar with me yesterday when I told her off to just shut up. She's been going on like that for the last 1 week when I was here. And I didn't want to deal with her. I'm just too lazy to deal with her. So she's not a staff there. She's just one of the volunteers. That's a good word for it, volunteers of the temple. But she made herself feel at home just because she thinks that she's been there for like many years. And seeing that a foreigner comes in and, being there, she's not happy about it. She thinks this place is she's xenophobic, probably. She thinks that it's only for the locals. Anyway, she didn't stop giving me grief. She tried. It wasn't successful. And then, like a mosquito buzzing around your ear. Well, she became like that. So I did want everyone to warn her. I don't think they did, or if they did, they were just trying to amp it up. They wanted to see a show, and they thought I was a coward. They thought I was kidding, making empty threats. So yesterday I had enough of it. So I gave her a piece of my mind, and I knew it was where I wanted to take it where I wanted to go. I want her to flip, because she kept quiet initially when I told her off, but that wasn't enough because I know she's going to keep coming back. So I want the full extent of it. So I continued to tell her off until she flipped, and she did. She went for it. She started using vulgarities with me, and that gave me my chance of using vulgarities back at her. She said things like "tu re," and I've completed the sentence for her. I said "tu re to le," and she was surprised on my ability to use vulgarities in Thai, and my profanities was not short in comparison with hers. She was really shocked. Everybody was around there was like, wow, where did he learn his Thai? She asked me to get the hell out. She said, "Kun pai le." And I complete the sentence for her. I say, "Kun sai hua pai le." So take your bloody head and get the shit out of here. So whatever she used, I made it double the dosage, make it stronger. Until she couldn't take it. So first it was an argument, back and forth. Then subsequently she started using vulgarities. I refused to use vulgarities on her because I want her to start first. It is a plan. I look angry, but inside I was really chill. I was calm. I knew where I want to take this to. I want to take it to another level. And she fell for it. She took the bait. She ranted like a crazy biatch, like a rabid dog. She started cursing and cussing in vulgarities, which I wanted her to go there so I could use it on her. But if I use it on her, I'm a guy. And if you use it on an older woman, that's disrespectful by any standards. And to my own integrity, I don't do that too. But I want her to start it. And she did fall into it. And that gave me the chance to fire back with everything I've got. And what I've got was more arsenal than she ever expected, or anyone else that expected. They just couldn't take it. Because I went into the he, men, and things like that, the cunt and the woman's things, and the 7 year each. I literally gave it to her in Thai. And she never believed that a foreigner knows all that in Thai. So she was shocked. And then from there, she stood up with a knife in her right hand. She started coming right at me with a knife in her right hand. And she thought that would threaten me. I didn't. If I'm so scared of her, I would not have run the world. So I instead of backing down, I went forward straight at her. And I waited. The moment she made a motion to try to stab me with a knife, then I pulled the chair forward. Now, my plan was this, I could take her with that knife, but if I pummel her, I dislocate her jaw when she's about to stab me or she cut me, or maybe I should just let her cut me first. I can move away and let her do a little cut on me, but I was wearing my favorite t-shirt and I didn't want to spoil my shirt or, And if I were to dislocate her jaw or give her a fracture on her cheekbone or break her nose, she can always turn around and say that, I did that to her first. That's why she stabbed me. So I weigh against the odds. I was very cool. I was calculated inside, even though I looked outside like I'm pissed off. But I'm not pissed off. I'm just weighing my odds with this kind of devilish woman. So I think it was not a good idea to let her cut me and retaliate. So I pushed a chair in front of her, a plastic chair. It's harmless. You can hit someone with a chair and you only cause a red bruise and you will not even turn blue-black. Well, it did for my finger here. The stupid cook, she snatched my hand, controlled my hand, grabbed my hand, and in the process I couldn't protect myself fast enough because she was, the force of her, and then with her, the woman coming down. But it wouldn't do much damage. It was a plastic chair, and it bends upon contact, so it's not fatal. So I pushed the chair over and she took the bait again. So she dropped the knife and she took the chair and attacked me with the chair. So we had a chair fight. So I took another chair and she was trying to ram me with that chair. And then that stupid cook of a woman, she started to grab my arm. So in the process of grabbing my arm, my finger got smashed by that crazy woman. And then she also got it and she backed off. So I decided to turn around the fight and I decided to end it. And my idea was to let her push me with a chair. I dropped my chair, I grabbed her chair. And I didn't want to smash her with a chair. I didn't want to hit her with a chair because I want her to do it on her own. In Japan, we call it irimuzu. You use a person's force against themselves, like in Tai Chi. So she started a grappling session with me with a chair. She was pushing against me, and she's a huge woman. She's a big fat, and her, I guess, her temper was bad. She's a very bad-tempered woman who seems to get things her way. And I think she's a typical bully in society, and I love dealing with bullies. She bullies her way around. If you drive in Thailand, you will see that those kind of people like her, she will jump in front of she'll just jump in front of your car and slam the brakes so that you can hit her and she can, and they'll never admit they're wrong. She's that kind of woman. So she's bad-tempered. She thinks the world owes her a living. I love dealing with people like that. So I let her grab the chair and she pushed hard. She pushed me backwards. And then finally I said, okay, you want to push? Let's push. So I push her back. I moved forward. She, of course, was no match for me. My right arm was not good, but I could control that. And finally, she got really mad and she pushed back again. When she pushed back, I said, okay, fine, I let go. She fell backwards. She walked into my plan 3 times. She pushed so hard. So when she pushed me, I pushed back. And when she pushed again, I just let go. I let her use her own force. She lost balance with her own push, with her own force. I didn't push her. Everybody saw it. I just let go of the chair and she fell backwards. Plum, she went onto the floor. She lost totally her balance. Look, you're a 60-year-old woman, big, huge, I know. Maybe, she trains before, whatever. I don't care. But she's mad. She's crazy. So her anger got the better of her. And I didn't stand over her. I just walked away. She collapsed with the chair. And I just walked away, turned away. She got up furious. And she wanted to come at me again. I said, you want it again? Trust me, this woman, you don't want to do it with me this time because you're going to fall and you're going to crack your own head. And I'll make sure you crack your own head this time. So it took her some time to digest what I said to her. And then she backed off. And then I started mocking her because I really wanted to end it up once and for all. I've given her warning, sufficient warning. The whole 1 week I've been telling her, enough, back off. I don't want this altercation. But she keeps coming. There's always that one person. So she didn't get the drift. And everybody thought I was a coward. I'm not going to carry through my words. And I said, look, barking dogs don't bite. I'm a quiet guy. I sit at the corner. It doesn't mean that I will not bite. But I will bite so hard. So I really did a number on her yesterday, psychologically. No, physically, she did it to herself. She fell backwards on her own. I didn't even push her. She lost balance. She went boom. I wanted that to happen. And that was the easiest because if you push someone or you hit someone, that's against the law. And I've learned. I always learned from my experience. And as I grew older, I realized that the only way to deal with bad people is to give them back their own medicine. And you don't have anything to do with that. So I let her temper control her and she lost her balance and she fell. I bet you her backside still hurts today. She didn't tell the police. I called the police. I didn't want to let it end. So I taunted her, mocked her a little bit more. I said, come on, I'm waiting for you. Come on, man. And she backed off. Now it took her some time to digest that she comes at me again, she's going to fall again. So she didn't. To everyone, I was no longer the victim. I was the aggressor. Now everybody sees me as the bad guy now. So I don't care. Subsequently, I went off. They told me to go from the lower stairs to avoid her. I said, no, I'm not going to avoid her. So I walked past her without looking at her. They thought that if I walk past her, there's going to be a fight again. There's only going to be a fight if she hit me. So anyway, I planned for this. Even if she hit me, I will do a remuzu on her again. And she's going to lose her balance and she's going to fall on her own again. I don't even have to hit her. The floor itself, when she falls, will hit her. And I don't have to use my fist or I don't have to slap her. I don't have to do anything to her. I just use her force against herself and she's going to fall onto the floor and the floor itself will teach her the lesson. She's going to knock her head on the floor and she's going to have a bruise. And if push comes to shove, the police ask what's the bruise on her head. She fell on her own and I didn't even do anything, So that's my experience and I didn't want to, hit her or get physically violent with her. She didn't, of course. She's not stupid. She's crazy, but not stupid. And I went off, but I wasn't going to just let it go. No, I want to finish it. Okay, I just want to finish it once and for all because if I don't do this, she's going to come back with backups. She knows that she can't take me now. Her ego has been bruised, and Thai people like that, the bullies, they always get backup, and they will never fight you alone anymore. They know that when they are no match for you, they won't come one at a time or two at a time. They go in gangs. So if you look carefully at all the local Thai television, when they know they cannot take you, they'll come in groups and they'll make sure that you go down. I don't want this to go. I'm not afraid of them. I'm not afraid of dying or getting hurt, being sent to hospital. I've been through there before. I'm afraid what I will do to them that's going to end up in police custody. Okay, I don't want to hurt. I've been there before. They push me. I push back so hard, and nobody wins. One of us ends up in the hospital. The other ends up in the lockup. So I don't want to do that. So I thought that it would be better if I called the cops. make it into a legal thing. But before I did that, I asked for the permission from the chief monk, because this is his temple. And if I do that, call the police without his permission, he'll be so insulted that, I'm tarnishing the image of his temple. So I want to speak to him first. And when I spoke to him, I knew what was his reaction. You will know when you reach a certain age, when you travel the world, when you met enough people, sometimes you just look at them and you know what they're going to say even before they say it. Trust me, you just have this innate ability, this insight into what people are. And knowing him as what he is, he told me, I don't want to deal with this shit, man. In my temple, it's not part of the temple too. So he says, you know what, she carried a knife and wanted to poke you with a knife. It's better that you make a police report. So I have his permission to approach the police, and that's of course the police that takes care of the temple. In Thailand it's the same thing too. You have police that looks after the certain area and things like that. I don't have to go further with that. And the police was called, informed, and then they caught him. And I don't know what they say to them. Of course, this I will not know. I don't have sixth sense. I'm not a clairvoyant. So but anyway, they say let it go, let it ride. The police came. They sent a young police officer who even dare not. He was so over polite with this woman because in the Thai culture, the young ones always respect the older ones. Even though the older ones can be a big bully, the young ones would submit themselves to them. So this young police officer was like, yes. And she told him to tell me that I'm supposed to obey what she said. And when I heard that, I said, no, it ain't going to happen that way. She's not going to dictate what I do. So I said, I'm pursuing my case. I'm going to make a police report. I'm going to sue her now I'm going to charge her now for harassment. And she hurt my last finger, is swollen now, with a chair. So I want to claim damages from her. Now, upon hearing that, he called his immediate supervisor. So the supervisor took less than even 20 minutes to arrive. He came, senior gentleman. He salute me. I why him. I didn't want to salute him back. He's not my immediate officer or anything like that. Yeah, I'm in the army, ex-military, but I prefer to why him, show him my respect and formality, pleasant person, educated, cultured. So I explained to him the scenario. As I was explaining to him how irritating this woman is, she drove her car out. Her car came out. And immediately I told him, this is the one. And I scrunched up my face so much so that it's so disgusting. I'm so disgusted with her. It affected him. So now I really took that idea and put it in his head that this woman is disgusting from the look on my face. Because when I was speaking to him, I was really calm and collected. But the moment I saw her car come and I saw her there, and when I looked at him, I made sure he looked at me, and I scrunched up my face with so much disgust that I put the idea that how disgusting this woman is, that my face became like that. It's a psychological thing. It's either you know it, you learn it, or you don't learn it at all. So I actually put the idea in his head that this woman is disgusting, and he got the idea. So he immediately stopped the car and he told her, I need to speak to you. You got to park your car and get down. I want to talk to you. From the look on the official face of the police, she was very apprehensive. She knew that it's not over till it is over. So she meekly parked her car, timidly came out from the car, and she tried to explain herself to the police. She stated things that, of course, have no reason, no rhyme or reason why she did what she did to me. Because I told her, what has that got to do with you, whatever I do? Because I got a permission from the chief monk and everybody else to go to the canteen and do whatever I want to do. And you are not even part of the monastery, not of the temple. You're just, and the police asked her, so who are you? And she couldn't explain to herself. She said, I've been a volunteer for the last 10 years in this temple. And the police gave her that kind of look that was priceless and said, so that gives you the right to tell people what to do and how to live their life? So she got the idea, and the police wanted to settle the thing. He didn't want me to make a police report because then they will have more work to do. And of course, I'm not going to go there. I told the police anyway, just for the sake of intimidating her further. I said she took a knife and she wanted to stab me. She said, oh, no, I was just cutting vegetables with a knife. And therefore, I was holding on to the knife, not meaning to stab him. You know, how people twist and turn. But I just want to make a point. So I'm not going to argue with her. If I argue with her, then I become the Karen. So everything was in Thai, just to let you know. So I stood my ground speaking Thai perfectly. Okay, like a Thai would speak to another Thai. They were like, wow, how do you speak Thai like that? And you know all the puns and na wai lang lok pak wan kon piao, and all the the Thai idioms and things like that. And well, what you need to do is, if you want your words to carry weight, you need to command respect from the person. You need to earn your respect with the other person, and I did that with the police. So he knew where I was coming from, and I'm a no-nonsense guy, straightforward. Truth is the highest virtue. Just tell the truth. And police are not stupid, okay? The Thai police are really smart people. They know when you try to flip and flop, slippery slope, and you try to manipulate your words. The police knows. So I don't want to go there with the police. I just told the police as is. Okay, no games. Okay, I'm an open book with the police. And she got it. He told her enough, all right? He gave her that kind of look and said, enough. All right, you stop stepping on him. And she says, yeah, knowing what he is now. That was a good one. She says, knowing what he is now, ผมรู้เขาเป็นยังไง ฉันไม่อยากยุ่งแล้ว And she says, knowing who he is and what he is now, I wouldn't bother with him. That was good. So now I bite back. Don't let my meekness, my soft demeanor fool you into thinking that I'm an easy guy to bully. I am not. I just, look, I'm through with this world of people, and I just want to be left alone. Okay, I sit around quiet in a corner. It doesn't mean I don't bite. So if you keep pushing it, when I push back, it's going to be so hard, you won't even have time to say sorry. This is exactly what happens to this woman. And then she timidly went back to her car and she drove off, and I was talking to the police. The police anyway said, I apologize on behalf of her. Wow. And I said, you don't have to. She should be the one to apologize. But he knows, knowing her, egotistical behavior and her police are not stupid. The Thai police are really smart, much smarter than the Singapore police. Okay, so they know what kind of woman she is. And he just said, apologize. And I said, okay, be a better person. Be a better person. Just let it go. Let it ride. But that was the last. I amped it up to the max, where I get her to fall onto the ground, insult her with vulgarities, and then call the police on her. I really did a number on her yesterday. And I think she learned her lesson. She will know that sometimes a quiet person doesn't mean he can be bullied. Okay? A quiet person, when he steps back, you better let it go. So, she drove off, and the police was, saluted me again, and I why him again, and I said, thank you for everything, and he saluted me again, and we part ways. I didn't go in this morning for the breakfast chant and dispensing of the breakfast to the monks. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to, but that guy, the driver of the chief monk, was being very rude this morning. He was stomping right on top of my room, deliberately trying to wake me up. And I was really woken up, but I didn't like the way he was pushing it. So I changed my mind. I didn't want to go. It was just about it. I'm here right now. I haven't got my money yet. I'm stuck here. I wish someone would help me out. Anyway, I found a ride. I prayed to God yesterday, and I found a ride for myself. There's two very nice ladies, but they heard about the commotion yesterday, and because of that, hearing about both parties, did not know who to believe. So she became very apprehensive, and I think I lost my ride to Bangkok. Oh, God have mercy, but I believe in the Lord, and he will find me another ride, I guess. Thank you for listening to the end of this videos. This is how the cookie crumbles. See ya. Bye.